In this final video on writing captions for photographs, we're going to see a few more examples, and with the help of Mr. Desikan Krishnan, we're going to find out a little bit about how archiving is done in news organizations. Let us look at one more example.
This is a tea stall. Anybody would know that. Anybody in India would recognize it as a tea stall. Where is it? When was it taken? These questions need to be answered. For that, let's have a look at the caption.
Konark, Odisha, India, Friday, Jan 25, 2019. Customers waiting for their cup of tea early in the morning as the tea maker prepares tea in his tea shop on Friday. Roadside tea shops are very popular, especially in rural India. The shops provide little or no amenities for sitting, and the prices are much lower than what you get in a restaurant.
Definitely a lot of information on pricing, on seating arrangements, on how they serve. Very, very useful for maybe not us, because Indians, where we see these tea stalls at every road corner, but for somebody having a look at this picture, let's say in Australia or the US, it does make a lot of difference to give that information saying that the tea prepared here is very cheap, not very expensive. You don't have to go to a restaurant to have a cup of tea. Here it's available on the roadside. You can just, as you're going by, you can just stop there, have a cup of tea and then keep going. Whereas if you go to a restaurant, normally you will have to spend half an hour to 45 minutes even to have a cup of tea. But here it's just 5 minutes. You just go there, stand there, ask for a cup of tea and it is given. So all this hidden information are there in the caption. So it makes the picture a little more interesting than without the caption.
Let's see another example now. The city remains the same, but the picture tells a different story.
What is this? What is that man doing? Where is he? Makes no sense to me. Without the caption, I would give this picture maybe 25 words or 50 words or 100 words. Yes. But beyond that, it would go into the waste paper basket anywhere. Other than probably the person, again, if only his back is seen, and even he is not going to preserve this photograph unless and until you see the caption.
Konark, Odisha, India, Friday, Jan 25, 2019. A technician applying a chemical paste to the damaged area of the Sun Temple in Konark on Friday. The Archaeological Survey of India are in the process of restoring the world-famous heritage monument. The 13th century monument, known for its sculptures, has eroded over the years due to the sea breeze and other natural elements.
There is the interesting information. 13th century temple, fine. ASI, or the Archaeological Survey of India, doing restoration work. This picture could be used immediately in any newspaper or magazine, or it can be in the archives to be reused or used when the restoration is complete. So when the restoration is complete, when they want to have a feature on the temple, yes, they would definitely use this picture when the restoration was being carried out. So this information is required for the index department of the newspaper, for the library of the newspaper, to be able to retrieve it when a feature on the restoration of the temple is being published.
Let us now see one final example to learn about writing captions for photographs.
Here's your picture. Yeah, there are obvious signs in the picture. The lady there is in distress. People are helping her. All this is there, very evident. But what you don't see, what is not there, how a caption can make this photograph, I would say, historic.
Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh, India, Wednesday, December 5, 1984. A woman who complained of burning eyes being rushed to the hospital by volunteers at Bhopal on Wednesday. The gas leak from the Union Carbide factory killed over hundreds of residents and affected many more.
Historic. The Bhopal gas tragedy has still not come to an end. There are still cases which are being filed. Pictures are still being used. So in this case, it was absolutely necessary that the 4 W's are there, because Bhopal gas tragedy pictures are being used, reused over and over again. So absolutely necessary for the library or the index department to have a complete caption of not only the pictures which have been used in the newspaper, but also pictures which are not been used, which have been shot by the photographer. So every photograph of important events like this will have to be captioned and then indexed.
Sir, before we close this session on learning about writing captions, can you tell us a little bit more about the archiving or the indexing which makes the photograph in the collection of a news organization of permanent value and use for generations to come, and how exactly captions can help us to retrieve or access the story embedded behind the photograph?
Earlier, before the digital age, they used to have these index cards by which you pick up, and then the storage was really huge. You got to have a huge space because physical storage, prints had to be stored. But now in the digital age, it has become easier. The index department captions each and every photograph which is there in the system, and they give it all the keywords, like they would call the keywords that Bhopal gas tragedy, women in distress, whatever keywords, important keywords they would think of. And even if there are 50 pictures, they would caption all the 50 pictures in the style of the newspaper and give it all the keywords, so that one of the keywords could be tragedy. So if I want some pictures of the tragedy, I would just type in tragedy, and all the pictures including Bhopal or fire or anything would come out. Or there would be specific keyword like fire tragedy or fire accident or rain. So the keywords which the librarian gives, it's not the job of the photographer, it's the job of the index department or library department to give all the keywords, so that retrieval by the desk or the sub-editor or the reporter could be easy, because normally what happens is we decide on the pictures to be used maybe at 8 p.m. or sometimes even at midnight. So at that time we can't expect the librarian to be there. So the keywords are absolutely necessary for easy retrieval of pictures, and that's the duty of the library. They are trained for it and they do it.
Thank you, sir. As we all have seen, writing captions for photographs is extremely important and is an integral part of learning how to be a photojournalist. If we wish to convey the information to large number of audiences through our photographs, we must not only give the photograph, but we must also choose the right words that present the correct, true information to those who will perceive the photograph. We hope that you have learnt on writing captions of photographs for a career as a photojournalist, and we hope that you also understood that the same principles that are the cornerstone for journalism hold true for photojournalism as well. Please look out around yourself, continue to take the pictures that you can, and try to give them context. Try to make the photographs have meaning for others who don't know where you were, at what time, when you were, what was happening, and who was in the picture. Tell the viewer, the audience, the reader more about the photograph through your votes. Wishing you all the best in developing your skills on writing captions for photographs. Thank you.
I would now give you a small exercise. It could be a family photograph, It could be a photograph of your father, your mother, or your grandparents. Pick them up, write their name, their full name, the year they were born, and when the photograph was taken, and store it in your computer. Now, if you have the prints, fine. Otherwise, if you are doing digital, store this information on your computer. The next stage, try writing a couple of lines. Initially, give the information, the 4 W's, and then try writing a couple of lines. Just your family photographs to start with would do. It could be a birthday party in your house, or it could be your parents' wedding anniversary, when the picture was taken, their 10th wedding anniversary or 20th wedding anniversary, whatever. Try doing that. Try and improve your language skills, your caption writing skills. It would do you a lot of good.
So that's a great assignment that we can do this week. And it's so easy to do because all of us have family histories and we have people whom we love. We have photographs of them, and we can start with writing a caption for that. So I really hope that each one of you is going to take up this assignment. It's a fun assignment to do, and it will help you to understand and practice whatever we have learned today in today's video module. Wishing you all the best in your learning journey until we meet again.